Storm Benjamin, as named by Meteo France, causing very disruptive conditions there for us. It is a wet and windy morning, but things improve as we head through the week. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain. I think before we get there, it's all about this wet and windy weather. How yesterday it was named Storm Benjamin. So it was named by Meteo France, the French weather service, because the worst of the impacts are set to be there. And they have seen huge gusts of wind so far already, 70, 80 mile an hour gusts of wind. And we're very likely to see trees down, power cuts there. That is one to watch through the day. But here's what's happening across the UK with this storm. So an area of low pressure close to the UK, moving through the Channel. It then makes its way close to France, Belgium and the Netherlands. And it's on this side of the low pressure where we will have the worst impacts. Now, at the moment, the strongest winds are along the south coast of England. So let's take a look at what's set to happen as we head through the next few hours. This is our chart for rush hour this morning. The winds northwesterly. We're looking at 30, 40 mile an hour gusts easily right along this south coast, spiralling around this area of low pressure with a band of very heavy rainfall. But the storm's only just got going. Peak gusts so far widely 30 or 40 miles an hour in the south, 60 miles an hour at the Needles. And there are weather warnings in force for strong winds and heavy rain through southern areas of England and Wales, up to 70, maybe 75 mile an hour gusts of wind, most likely to be focused around the southeast coast, and rainfall up to 90 millimetres. Of course, trees in full leaf, lots of leaves down. That means the risk of some localised flooding. So here's the all-important forecast. So the storm, the low pressure we saw, moves its way eastwards, a band of heavy rain with it and strong winds, mainly in the south. The radar sequence from overnight shows our band of rain moving its way eastwards. One thing will happen, a big change in wind direction. They start southwesterly and then they'll go northeasterly. There's this shift in winds that could be problematic for some trees and branches that could well come down as we head through the day. So it's really the southeast, the focus for the heavy rain and the strong winds for much of the morning. It doesn't clear away until later on this afternoon. Blustery showers follow on for Wales and the southwest of England, and much of Scotland and Northern Ireland probably wondering what all the fuss is about. Not too bad here. Sunny spells, a few showers in Northern Ireland. Temperatures, obviously no great shakes. We're looking at 10 to 13 degrees. But it's this low pressure that, as it makes its way through Belgium and the Netherlands, could cause some widespread disruption here, and that is why they have named the storm. It clears away this evening and overnight tonight, and then things turn calmer. The skies clear, so tomorrow is a very different looking day. Tomorrow is dry and bright with a return of that much needed sunshine. Good morning to you. It is a wet and windy start to the day. An area of low pressure moving through the English Channel right now has been named Storm Benjamin by Meteo France, the French weather service, because on the other side of the Channel, the winds are much stronger. For us, we've seen gusts of wind 70 miles an hour, but across the south, just to the south of us, we have seen gusts of wind across France of nearly 80 to 90 miles an hour. I've even seen a report of 100 miles an hour. We have trees down here, likely to see some power cuts, and this storm makes its way up towards Belgium and the Netherlands as we head through the day. But for us, here's how it looks for the morning rush hour. Gusts of wind widely 40 to 50 miles an hour through southern counties of England. The heaviest rain across the southeast of England, the home counties. And this is where the heaviest rain and strongest winds will be for much of the morning. These are the peak gusts of wind we've seen so far. Langdon Bay, 48 miles an hour. Needles, 60. They're likely to pick up. It's worth pointing out the Met Office wouldn't have named this storm. It's not set to cause the widespread impacts that we need to name a storm, but nevertheless wet and windy, with warnings for much of England and Wales this morning for strong winds and heavy rainfall. And this whole spell of wet and windy weather moved in overnight last night, continuing to journey its way north and eastwards. And it's the strongest winds and heaviest rain that will be focused across the southeast of England. And as you can see, across towards France, Belgium and up towards the Netherlands. I think we'll see some pretty major impacts here as we head through the day. So let's see how things pan out as we head through the next 7 days, looking at our 7-day outlook. And we divide the country in half. So Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England. It's worth pointing out, I barely mentioned the north, because the weather here is much calmer. Yes, we have some rain or showers, and yes, it is windy, but not as stormy as it's set to be in the south. So temperature-wise, we're a little cool for the next 7 days. Percentage chance of rainfall, wet and windy for the next few, but then it turns more settled from the weekend onwards. Fortunes further south to England and Wales as we head through the next 7 days. Again, looking at our temperatures compared to where they should be for the time of year, and the outlook is cool. That's certainly a change of type you'll notice. But for today, we have our heavy rainfall, our strong winds. That clears away. It's a story of sunshine and showers tomorrow, and the outlook is more settled from the weekend onwards.